What's up, y'all? I feel like it's been a while since I've done this. I honestly I feel rusty doing this shit like this, being in front of the camera again. Um, as always, though, I want to say if you've been following me, and even if you're just watching this now, I really appreciate it. And I've said it recently, I believe, but I apologize for the lack of videos lately, and also just for like mostly just having haul videos, which actually that's what this is as well. But at the same time, I want to shoot it like this and kind of, talk with you guys a little bit. Although I'm not really talking about any particular topics this time around. Honestly, I've just been really busy past few weeks. Although a big part of it was just kind of my birthday, because my parents flew out here, but they actually surprised me. Was it like the week before my birthday, and when they were they were scheduled to fly out, they actually came here already for the weekend. Because my brother and his family, they were visiting his girlfriend's family. Her brother, yeah, she has a brother out here in Vegas. Anyway, and my brother decided to bring my parents with them, and to kind of surprise me so they can spend the weekend over here with us, which is pretty cool. And then just like less than a week later, they were here again as scheduled to fly out to spend more than the weekend for her birthday. Like it was about 5 days or so. So that was a large part of why I was so busy. But on top of that, just the usual stuff, the dad life, family life. It's been pretty hectic lately. So anyway, that's why doesn't mean I haven't been hauling though, because as you guys have seen, and I actually have more stuff that I haven't gotten around to shooting and showing you guys in hauls, including my birthday haul, which I have my birthday haul to show, and I'm looking over there because that's the stuff is still sitting there. It was a pretty, well, to say it was a pretty cool birthday is actually an understatement. It was probably one of my best birthdays yet. I'm not gonna talk much about it yet because I will be shooting all over that, and I'll be talking a lot more about it then. But at the same time, another reason that I haven't been really shooting like this, really being busy was the biggest thing. But it's also because, and I'm not gonna take the camera and show you guys, but I haven't felt comfortable. I know that sounds kind of weird. I haven't felt comfortable shooting. I haven't felt comfortable being here in my office room for a couple weeks as well, on top of being busy. To be honest, but it was largely due to how busy I've been. Stuff's been piling up. As you're seeing me look around, it's because I have stuff all over here. It's not as bad yet as if you've been following me long enough for how many years, you know that it's gotten bad. I'm sure I've referred to in some past videos, like I don't know what it is, City of Toys or something. We basically, when I was letting stuff pile up, like my stuff waiting to get reviewed, which that's not really the case now. It's not really so much like waiting to get reviewed, because I will shoot some stuff like that, but I really, doing reviews is it's just low on my list of things to do, even video wise. Anyway, so stuff's been kind of piling up. Like I said, it's not so bad yet. I mean, obviously, even at camera level, it's not so bad that you're seeing stuff. But if I was to take the camera and kind of show you around, there's just stuff kind of all over. I took care of some of it earlier today, actually, which which is pretty good. On top of how busy I've been, I was able to handle a little bit, and maybe even after I shoot this video, which I don't know what time it is. It's probably about 11 p.m. It's what Monday night, I believe, July 23rd, 24th. I think it's the 24th. Anyway, okay, so there I go, rambling again. It's already been like over 5 minutes. So I think that's all I want to talk about right now, ramble about. But again, more than anything, I want to thank you guys for sticking with me even through the recent just kind of haul videos. I mean, I don't want to bash myself and call them like boring haul videos, but I just feel like maybe that's what they were. I mean, I'm gonna do them anyway, but I feel like they weren't really the most fun, exciting, or even just interesting videos that I could be doing. So anyway, with that said, okay, I got some hauls, and I think just in the most recent haul video that I uploaded, I'm not sure if by the time I upload this, if I'll have uploaded anything else, but at least no other hauls in the most previous or recent haul video. I think I showed I don't have her out anymore, the SH Figuarts Lupin the Third Fujiko, and I mentioned that was something that in part 2 of the haul, which is I guess this would be, it's all SH Figuarts. Okay, so I'm going to start off with showing 2 of them. There you have it. Again, this is front-facing camera, so you're not going to get a good focus on that. But I'm sure you can see it well enough to see that is the SH Figuarts Avengers Age of Ultron 4. As well as, this one's so cool. SH Figuarts Age of Ultron, or Avengers Age of Ultron Hulk. Dude, this thing is so cool. Now, alright. About these. So, I don't know if you guys are familiar with OfferUp. It's a, like a buy, sell, trade, whatever app. I discovered it like late last year. It's a great way to buy and sell locally as opposed to Craigslist, because to be honest, just to put it in perspective, in how many years of let me rewind. So to put it in perspective, when I first signed up on OfferUp and started selling stuff there, granted it was near Christmas time, but still, I had more successful transactions on OfferUp in a couple weeks than I did on Craigslist over like several years. Craigslist was just bad. Like once in a blue moon I'd have a successful like transaction, but mostly it was just like I'm not even gonna get into like the low ballers and stuff, but just even people who I was supposed to make a sale with would usually flake out. Anyway, I'm not here to ramble about that. OfferUp has been pretty good. I mostly try to stick to just selling, but sometimes I'm gonna look, and I think before these I'd bought maybe 1 or 2 other things, but I saw these. Okay, so if you're familiar with these, you know how pretty damn cool these are, but you also might know how pricey these can be, especially this Hulk currently. Not as pricey as some of the other ones, like Black Widow, most of all, I think, as far as the Avengers Age of Ultron ones. But this Hulk, I don't know how much he goes for. I want to say, just off the top of my head, maybe 60, 70, something like that. $25. Now, I was kind of iffy. I was like, this has to be a bootleg or something, and even this. So he had this listed for $25. Only reason being, it was open, but he never removed it. He never actually played with it or anything. There's a big including the rest of the stuff that I got. I'll show you in a second. There's stories behind it. I'm not gonna get into that. That's not important. What's important is I got these bad boys. And this one, I think he had it listed for 40. It was sealed. Again, I was iffy if it was legit, but it was. So 40, 50, 60, it'd be 65 for both of these. But then I asked the dude, I was like, look, you know, I'll get both of them, take them off your hands right now. Can you do 60? It's only $5 discount, you know? He was like, yeah, sure. Which is cool, because it's like, I'm that kind of seller, especially when I sell locally. You know, you buy several things off of me, I give some substantial discounts. You know, you buy one thing, you're not getting any discount, you know. Maybe if it's a super expensive item and, you know, you're not lowballing, you're asking like, oh, can I say I got something listed for like 125, and you're like, can you do 120? I'm like, yeah, I could do 120. But if I got it for 125 and you're like, can you do 75? I'm like, get the fuck out. Seriously, get the fuck out. Anyway, back to these. So these dudes, oh, these are badass. Now, if you're a figure collector, you're a Marvel fan, you know, chances are you collect Marvel Legends and stuff. I haven't messed with these much. I did crack them open, but I want to throw them back in the package so I can pour this haul and stuff. Yeah, I'm weird like that. Anyway, I'm not really gonna compare them, but these figures are pretty damn cool. Pretty damn amazing. Just look how freaking cool that looks. And even that Thor. Now the downside to that, I got a good deal on these, which is like, you know, you can't go wrong. 60 bucks for these two. But it's kind of bad at the same time, because it's like, now I want more, and I'm gonna want the other Age of Ultron figures. And yeah, that's let's not get into that. That's not the point of this right now. I'm gonna set these right there. Let me see, you can still see them. Yeah. You see, got my Spider-Man Pizza Hut box in the background. Okay, so now I've got 10 other SH figure arts here. They're all from the same series, and actually, much like these, here's a real quick backstory. For the most part, I wanted to avoid collecting SH figure arts. Okay, this really could go into a super long ramble, which I'm going to try to avoid. Okay, so long story short, you know, upon coming back into 6-inch action figures and stuff like that, you know, I wanted to stick with, like, you know, your Marvel Legends, your DC Multiverse, basically domestic figures, you know, so that I'm not spending too much, because it's not like I didn't recognize how cool the import figures were, but, you know, 40, 50, 60 plus, it's just, you know, I wanted to avoid that. But then I bit the bullet. I eventually decided to get some Mafex figures, which, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've shown those in hauls. I wanted to focus on Mafex, so for SH figure arts, because of the scale. You know, Marvel Legends, DC Multiverse, there's kind of a standard there. They're 6-inch. Now, there's 6-inch scale in general, but then there's actual height. And your Marvel Legends, your DC Multiverse, they scale pretty much almost exactly the same, and they all average, I want to say off the top of my head, around 6.25 to 6.50 inches. So roughly, you know, 6 1/4 to 6.5 inches, you know, as opposed to exactly 6 inches. Now, I liked how Mafex scaled pretty much perfectly with Marvel Legends and DC Multiverse, so they were amazing import figures. Looked great, but they also scaled perfectly with those. I also bit the bullet with Revoltech, the amazing Yamaguchi. I got Deadpool, I got Spider-Man, I've got Spider-Gwen on the way. Again, you know, I wanted to stick with those because scale. I want to say that the Revoltech Deadpool actually is almost exactly the same, or even a teeny tiny bit taller than the Marvel Legends one. So I prefer that than shorter. Now, it's my understanding that the holy crap, I'm rambling and I'm sorry, but it's my understanding, in knowing since way back that the SH Figure Arts versions, because I did have I do have some older SH Figure Arts. I have a couple Power Rangers ones, Sailor Moon. Off the top of my head, I want to say I had something else, but those for sure. Yeah, some Power Rangers, and I knew that they were on the shorter end of the 6-inch scale, and I knew these were too. I'm like, yeah, they look amazing, and I'm pretty sure that the quality is good too. But if they're too short to use with Marvel Legends, it's I don't want to pay that much for figures that aren't in that standard of height, scale. So anyway, long story short, that got thrown out the window, and so now I'm getting these, and I just figure they'll be a separate part of my collection, and it's kind of opening the door, because now it's like, these are great figures. I knew that. I knew they were great figures. I just didn't like that they were, as on the smaller end of the 6-inch scale. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm going to collect these, and I'm going to collect other SH Figure Arts. They'll be smaller. I actually also have, I don't know if I ever showed them in a haul, I do have the SH Figure Arts Street Fighter Ryu and Chun-Li, which what's cool about those is, and I found out before I actually got them, that they were taller than previous SH Figure Arts. So they were still not exactly on the same height as Marvel Legends, but close. So anyway, all right. There I go rambling. We're coming up on 20 minutes, and it's like I still have a bunch of figures here to show, so I'm gonna try to just get through these. Long story short, after I got these, I noticed that the seller had listed a bunch of other stuff, and you know what? Shout out. I believe his name was Abram. Yeah, he's not watching this, but I just want to shout out to him for the great deal on these, and what I'm about to show. Is a really cool dude. So we met up twice, because I got this and a batch of other stuff, and both times we ended up chatting quite a bit. He's a cool dude too. Anyway, all right. Long story short, here we go. SH Figure Arts Kinnikuman. And I'll get to the rest of these later, but it's all of these, the next 10 figures I'm going to show you is all Kinnikuman. Now, if you're not familiar with these, which, here's the thing, full disclosure, I knew of it, but I'd never actually seen Kinnikuman, and I think, as if memory serves me right, the actual history of this, it wasn't just an anime. It dates back to a manga that goes back to, I think, like the mid to late 70s. And then I think it became an anime also in probably the late 70s or early 80s. And then I think it had a sequel which featured Kinnikuman's son. Now, like I said, I wasn't familiar with the actual, I knew of the actual series, but I'd never actually seen it. The reason that I know about these and that I was interested in these, if you grew up on the 80s, I'm going to say if you're kind of around my age, but if you grew, I'm old, but anyway, if you grew up in the 80s, you probably knew of Muscle. I forget what it stood for anyway. Yeah, I don't remember anymore off the top of my head, but I loved the Muscle Men toys when I was a kid, because they were little teeny tiny, I don't know, 1.5 inch or so, little hard rubber figures. I had the little wrestling ring, and I had a ton of the figures, so I was a fan of that. And when I saw that he had these, oh man, I gotta be honest, a rush of nostalgia. I was like, holy crap, it's those Muscle Men that I loved as a kid, but like full-on action figures. How freaking cool. So he was selling Okay, so I got 10 here. I'll show you all of them in a second. He was selling most of them for 20 bucks each. I'm like, wow, that does not sound right for an SH Figuarts figure. They gotta be worth more than that. Now, here's the crazy thing. Some of these are valued well over that. Well over that. I think a couple of these might be close to the $100 range, and there's at least one of these that is worth nearly 200. So anyway, all right. I'm gonna show you before I tell you how much I paid for them. Not like it's like a big reveal or the most important thing. It's just, you know, to put in perspective, I want you to see all of them to appreciate how much I paid for these. So okay, I'm just gonna go through these. Kinnikuman. There we go. Robin mask. This is another one. Now some of these characters, I don't really remember the Little Muscle Man version so much, but some of them really stood out in my mind. Especially Kinnikuman himself. Robin mask here. Buffalo Man. He was on. You know what? I should be showing you guys the backs, because the backs show like the artwork and, you know, features the action of these characters. So is that Robin mask, and again Buffalo Man. Dude, look how cool that dude looks. Kinnikuman soldier. So this looks to be just like a different version of Kinnikuman. And check this out. Some of these, now these are sealed, but some of these even still have, I think he mentioned he ordered these off of Big Bad Toy Store, or not all of them, but the ones that have this plastic wrapping. And the crazy thing is, the dude's a sealed collector. So, yeah. Well, you can't really see there, this sticker. Okay, moving on. Kinnikuman. It's in Japanese, so I can't read what it says, but it's something version. So basically, it's a different version of Kinnikuman. There you go. And again, this is wrapped in plastic. Now, what's cool about these? So, if you've been, I don't think I mentioned it here much, if at all. You know, I after like over 2 years hiatus, I'm just coming back to watching WWE. I'm not gonna get into it so much, but you know, I'm loving it. If you know me, especially if you know me from way back and you followed me, and I was thinking about it the other day, I was feeling kind of nostalgic because I was thinking back to my old YouTube. It's like I did a lot of WWE videos back then. Maybe not so much, but it's like feeling kind of nostalgic. I was remembering, you know, I used to do WWE figure reviews, show a lot of, I think, WWE figure hauls and stuff like that. So anyway, you know, long story short, even though I was hiatus from watching WWE because I didn't have access, I didn't have TV, I was a cable cutter. Anyway, love wrestling. So how cool are these? It's, you know, Kinnikuman, it's a wrestling thing, you know, anime. Anyway, Brocken Jr. This dude looks really cool. Oh, this is another one that I remember, the Little Muscle Man. This dude's got 6 arms. Ashura Man. How cool. Look at that. That's crazy. I'm so excited to crack these open. These have been sitting here for a couple days because I've been waiting to shoot this video. Because I wanted to show them like this, you know, especially to show that, you know, like these ones that still have the seals. Anyway, Warsman, original color edition. I think I recall the Little Muscle Man of this dude because he stood out because he had the claws. There you go, showing him in action against Buffalo Man right there. Okay, winding down. And there's Robin Mask, original color edition. Again, this one is also still wrapped in protective plastic. Okay, these two are the last two. And sorry, but I appreciate it if you watch this long. We're running on almost 30 minutes here. Kinnikuman, great. I'm just going to go ahead and show the next one as well. the Ninja. So these two, they're like SPs. I guess that stands for special or something. These were exclusives, and they have a little like logo here, Bandai Collector Shop. So I'm assuming these were some sort of web exclusives or something. If you're familiar with like SH Figuarts and imports and stuff like that. This one I know is worth a pretty penny, but this is the one that I know sells for like 170-ish, even over. So, and they don't have a window display, but there you have it. Look at that. The Ninja. So, yep. Let's see if I can put these over here. Alright, so there you guys have it. That's, oh man, you can't see the Ninja anymore. The Ninja. There you go. There you go. Alright. So, 10 figures there. Originally, no, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 figures, because it was originally 10. Okay, he didn't have this one listed, the Ninja. He had the other 10. And most of them were 20, but some of them were more. But basically, I think his total on all those was going to be like 235. I remember messaging him. I was like, you know what, I want to get those off of you. If I get all 10, could you do 220? Which, you know, when you think about how much, you know, especially if you really need the money, you know, to get that much, like right off the bat, you know, to move a bunch of stuff out, you know, 235, 220, you know, $15 discount. That's pretty fair. You know, at least in my opinion, the same way I would sell. So anyway, he was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So then he messaged me, and I was like, but look, check it out. I have this other figure here that I originally didn't want to let go of just because of how kind of like rare or whatever it is. And then he told me about it. It was the Ninja. It's like, you can look on Amazon or eBay right now. It's worth a lot. And make it $250. So basically $30 more, and I'll throw that guy in. That guy who's worth like 170 for only 30 bucks. I was like, 250? Not that I was like, it's steep, I can't do it, but I was like, 250, you know, it's like, it's kind of all the money I have right now, but shit, let's do it, because that's an insane deal. So yeah, 250 for all of that, and then, well, 60 for those two originally. So yeah, thanks again, Abram. Again, he's not watching this, but still, I want to thank the guy. It was a really great deal, and I'm excited to, I've already messed with these the night I got them, but I threw them back in so I can show them off in this video. They're in boxes. These guys, I have yet to crack open, but I'm gonna do that. As soon as I stop recording this, I'm gonna crack this dude open and mess with them. I guess, well, you know what's cool about this too is like, how often do you get into something, especially like a different line, and you know, you kind of have an instant collection. You know, you're usually going to start off small, you know, 2, 3, if even more than one, and then it takes you a while to get more. But it's like, boom, right off the bat, I got a collection of 11 Kinnikuman SH Figuarts figures. That's pretty damn cool for an insanely awesome price. So yeah, big thanks again to Abram for the awesome deal on these. Dude, how freaking cool is that? Again, like if you're a figure fan and, you know, a wrestling fan, you know what's cool about that too is I want to get some of those SH Figuarts WWE figures. Mess with them with these, and you know, I basically, okay, another thing worth mentioning is like all of this has really opened the door for me. Like I said, I mentioned a few by name, that a few other SH Figuarts that I've already had for a while, but it's safe to say that yeah, I'm kind of gonna go ahead and jump back into SH Figuarts And yeah, I'll be collecting some message figure arts from now on. It's just, unfortunately, again, they don't scale with Marvel Legends, but it's kind of like, they're freaking awesome. So that's like kind of like its own collection, which, why not, right? So anyway, 30 plus minutes. More than anything, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed checking this out. You know, this, again, sorry, it's all I'm doing right now is haul videos and stuff. But again, you know, let me know, what do you want to see more of? I mean, you know, there's only so much I can do with the way things are now, you know. There's a lot of kinds of videos I used to do that I just can't really do anymore, but whatever would be within my ability and, you know, time I can spare, you know, if there's something you want to see more of, let me know. Let me know if you don't want to see any more of certain things like these haul videos or my damn mug all up in your face. So anyway, again, there you have it. That's my haul. That's a pretty sweet ass haul. Come on, you gotta admit though, right? That's a pretty sweet ass haul. I'm gonna go play with some damn toys now. Thanks for watching.